the ADD, ADHD. And even in that, they may have that diagnosis, but they're still not all the same. And so we can't treat or just automatically lump children into a box, lump people who have epilepsy into a box and say they're all the same. This is what it is. No, it's not. Take time out to talk to people. Take time out to speak. Like one of my I don't know what to call her. She's like a friend. She's like a business coach. She's a whole lot of things, but her name is Melody Blackwell. And so I want you, because she's an advocate for people with Crohn's disease, right? And chronic illness. That's her page. I think it's chronic illness and Crohn's disease, or Crohn's disease and chronic illness. But her name is Melody, right? And so if you're suffering with that, go on that page and be supported. That's the main thing. We can support people, and we should support one another, because we all go through something. And maybe what you're going through is not what I'm going through. Maybe your child doesn't have epilepsy. Maybe your child does. Maybe your child was diagnosed with ADD. Maybe they weren't. Maybe you're saying, well, my child is healthy. There's nothing wrong with my child. When I'm spreading the awareness, because I said the same thing, my child is healthy. There's nothing wrong with my child. I was able to say that before too. And then things changed. And here's the other piece. Where does epilepsy come from? It all depends, right? Sometimes the doctor, what did the doctor say to me? He said, I feel so ignorant, after they had run the tests. But he was a medical doctor, so he was not an epileptologist who goes to school, and studies specifically in the area of epilepsy. He was not a neurologist. And so he just felt really just like he had exhausted whatever he knew to understand why my daughter was having the seizures, right? And so sometimes it does come from out of nowhere. Sometimes it's the way the child's brain is developing. So there's, what is it called? Chronic benign Rolandic syndrome, or epilepsy. And that affects children, I believe, starting at school age, around the age of 5. That's around the time where she got it. That was the diagnosis, right? And so we don't know why. But the thing is, regardless of what the why is, it's important that we encourage, support, advocate, educate, and do all of those things that can help make the world a better place for people who are suffering, challenged, dealing with epilepsy. All right? What part are you going to play? That's what I want to know. What part will you play? When I come back on our next episode, I'm going to talk more about some of the statistics and definitions and different things like that. But today I just felt like talking to you. The other thing I want to do is start to share about Epilepsy 101, Seizure 911. Like, what can you do to help a person just in case they come into your office, you see a child in school, you're walking down the street, which is what happened to us in the community. And I was so glad that I knew what to do, what you can do to help that person in that stage when you're having this emergency. What can you quickly do to help? And it's important that you know what to do to help. Okay? All right. Well, that's it. I want you to share this podcast. You can share it on your pages. I feel like there's a little button, a share button there. I'd like for you to share it, because I really want to start to increase awareness with epilepsy. And then on my other pages, I'm just an encourager and a motivator. I love to encourage people, because the world needs more encouragement. They need more people to love, to share their gifts, and to be a blessing, and to kind of tell people to push them to move forward in whatever area, wherever you may find yourself, to know that you can keep moving forward. And even if you stand still, that you can look at your life and say, this is where it is, and I deserve to stand and be accepted wherever I am, in whatever state I am. I deserve to be accepted and acknowledged and even understood. I like that. Be accepted, acknowledged. What in the world? Should have drank some water before I said that. But anyway, accepted, acknowledged, and even understood. Wherever you are, you deserve to be able to stand there and be accepted, acknowledged, and understood. All right. Well, once again, this is your podcast host. My name is Yadita Span. I'm a mom. I am an epilepsy advocate. As a caregiver. I'm an author of a book, once again, called Don't Give Up. Go ahead and get a copy. And yeah, go onto some of the other pages, and I'm on Instagram and Facebook as well as Pep Talk with Yadida. All right. I pray you have a blessed day, and whatever you do, as I like to say on my other page, don't give up.